Hi, it's Michael Senoff with Michael Senoff's HardToFindSeminars.com. The title of this interview is called How to Grow a Seven-Figure Business Right from Your Living Room for About $11 a Month. David Ricklan didn't have a business model when he first bought his domain years ago. He only wanted to help people, so he built a website that would act as a directory to other useful websites and called it selfhelp.com. Now that website makes him about $100,000 a month and counting. And in this audio interview, you'll hear all the steps he took to turn his part-time hobby into a full-on success with 1.3 million visitors per month. David says the beauty of the internet is that you can have a business up and running in no time flat with very little risk or technical skill. And with cheap hosting and domain names, your total startup cost should be around $11 a month. Here's what you're going to learn in this interview. Number one, why it's so important to know the difference between sales and marketing and where to use each to maximize their power in your business. You'll learn David's little-known way to form strategic partnerships for getting website traffic. You'll learn the only kind of paid advertising worth doing on the internet. You'll hear about two things David eventually ended up trying for his website that instantly made a difference in the amount of his traffic and conversions. You'll learn exactly how David built two separate lists of site subscribers, why he did it, and what he does with each as part of his master marketing plan. You'll learn the almost magical way to combine affiliate sales, advertising, and your own product to turn an unheard of triple stream profit in any economy. And you'll also hear 4 incredible easy ways to build the perfect team. David has strategic partnerships with more than 80,000 people. He's built a phenomenal website from scratch by developing and tweaking his own business model. And in this audio interview, you'll hear how he did it and exactly what he sees as the next big idea for internet growth. Now let's get going.
Hi, this is Chris Costello, and I've teamed up with Michael Senoff to bring you the world's best wellness-related interviews. So if you know anyone struggling with their weight, with cancer, diabetes, ADHD, autism, heart disease, or other health challenges, please send them to Michael Senoff's HardToFindSeminars.com. I want to start off because you built this just phenomenal site, and we're going to go more into detail about it. But how did you get inspired to do this?
It started quite a few years ago, right out of college. I went to work for a big company, Hewlett-Packard, selling technology, selling computers for them. And a couple of things happened when I was there. The first was they started sending me to a lot of training programs. They sent me to sales training programs and marketing programs. They also started sending me to personal development type programs. And I'd taken a Dale Carnegie program called Effective Speaking and Human Relations. And I fell in love with this concept that even after your formal education, you could continue to learn and to grow. And I knew early on that I wanted this to be an important part of my life. The next thing that started to happen is I also started to grow this desire to have my own business. Corporate America had a lot of benefits, but I also learned that I wanted to one day create something on my own. And I decided early on that I wanted to marry my own business with self-improvement, personal growth. And one way or another, I was going to tie the two together. Fast forward a few years to the 90s, mid-90s, and the internet started to become popular. And my girlfriend and I at the time decided we were going to get a domain name. So we went and purchased selfgrowth.com, and we started posting information on self-improvement, personal growth on the web. And we started doing it as a hobby. And I love telling people it was our first big commitment together. We were still dating at the time. Later on, we ended up getting engaged. Then we got married. Then we had children, bought a home together. But our first big commitment was the website. And ever since then, we took this little hobby website, turned it into a side business, then a bigger business, went full-time with it about 8 years ago, and haven't looked back since. We're getting a little over 1.3 million visitors a month to the site right now. I really have two purposes with selfgrowth.com. The first one is to provide a central starting point for people to find information to improve their lives. So whether you want to improve your relationships, your health, your finances, spirituality, you want to enhance your success skills, whatever it is, our goal is to provide you resources, and those resources might be articles or videos, or it might be to put you in touch with experts or products or events. And our goal is really to provide a wide range of tools for individuals to help improve their lives. And if you go to the website right now, we have over 203,000 different self-improvement resources. And for folks who just want to take a quick look, if you're listening to this, it's just www.selfgrowth.com. Or if you just want to go to Google, type in the word self-improvement, and we come up with a #1 self-improvement website on Google and Yahoo and just about everywhere. So that's my prime mission and my first mission, to really provide resources for folks. Or if we don't have them on selfgrowth.com, to point them in the right direction to help them. My second mission is to help people who have products and services and information, people who are experts in companies, get the word out on what they're doing so they can help more people. In essence, I almost look at what we're doing as a matchmaking service, matching people who are looking for information products and services with people who are providing them. And the goal, of course, is to help people improve their lives.
Where did you learn the internet marketing from?
The way I learn, and I recommend learning for folks, is really go out and find people who are successful in different areas and model or copy what they're doing. So that's what I've done, and I did this early on, and I've been continuing to do it ever since. And I really have two groups of people that I've been modeling. One are people in the self-improvement industry. So I look to see how people like the Brian Tracy's and the Tony Robbins and the Jim Rohns and the Sylvia Browns and the Deepak Chopras, I looked and studied how they built their businesses and what they were teaching. And in addition, I also started looking at what people who were on the internet were doing. Who were the successful people? What are the successful websites? What are they doing? And I looked and modeled, and I literally follow many of them. You know, on the internet side and the marketing side, I have a lot of people that I learned from, as well as on the self-improvement side. And what I try to do is find the bits and pieces that will work best for what I'm trying to do. Early on, it was a little different. Things have changed over the internet over the last few years. One of the things that became clear to me is I needed to work and needed to partner with other people to succeed. And that was clear to me relatively early on. So the way we really started selfgrowth.com, when my wife Michelle, when the two of us were doing this, we started identifying websites that were out there in our niche. So that's what really started working for us. And what we had done to begin with, if you look at selfgrowth.com in the early days, it was primarily a directory of the best websites in different topic categories. So what we would do is we said, all right, we want to provide information on goal setting. And we make a list of the top goal-setting websites. And then we want to do stuff on speed reading, and we provide the most information on speed reading, the top speed reading websites, and then spirituality. And we went down the line in each of the topics. But what happened was very interesting. First, it enabled me to look at and see what these different successful websites were doing in each of the topic categories. That was the first thing I was able to do. The second thing I was able to do is I was able to reach out to these people in a very friendly way and say, I like what you're doing. I'd love to link to your website. Would you like to link back to us? Would you like to provide us any articles? Would you like to provide us any content? And early on, we started developing partnerships with first small numbers of people, and it grew over time where now we have partnerships with over 80,000 people that provide content or products or services or websites. So it was really all about partnering at a very early level. And that's probably one of the core things that's helped me the most. And we've really leveraged that a lot over the years. And I want to differentiate sales from marketing a little bit. Marketing is more of the global process that includes getting the word out, includes branding, and it also includes sales as part of the whole marketing picture. And sales for me is more being down in the trenches. It's talking to people on the phone. It's meeting people in person. It's more of the face-to-face kind of interaction. And what I had to do is I was able to build on that, because I understand one of the things about selling is you tend to learn basic core skills, you learn communication skills. And what I wanted to do and I needed to do is leverage that and learn more marketing skills. And marketing skills included things like writing copy for your website, writing copy for your products, learning how to write, learning how to create websites that are going to motivate people, learning how to publish newsletters. So I had to really develop marketing skills. I leveraged the sales skills. Also needed to develop publishing skills because we were publishing newsletters. I needed to learn product development skills because I ended up creating a number of my own products. So even though I started with sales and used that as my core knowledge, because that was my background, I really leveraged and learned and developed a lot of these other skills over time. I definitely started it part-time, and one of the reasons I started part-time is years earlier I had a false start. I did leave corporate America, left my job, walked away, and started my own business. Had nothing to do with self-improvement and personal growth, which was really what I wanted to do. Unfortunately, lost some money, learned a lot. The second time around, I said, you know what, I'm going to do this part-time. and I invested time in the evenings and in the weekends building this. And what's interesting is the way I started and turned it into a business was a little bit by accident. I had in the back of my head that I wanted it as a business, that I wanted to have the self-improvement business. I wasn't exactly sure how to build it, so I started building this website, which was really just almost a mini Yahoo at the time for self-improvement personal growth websites. And that's how we started it. But what was interesting is as we were building it, people started coming to the website, started giving us feedback, because there really wasn't a good place to do that. If you searched on Yahoo or even today search on Google, a lot of the websites that you get aren't that pertinent. They're people who are very good at search engine optimization, but they weren't necessarily the best sites. So we found people started coming to our website, and we started getting more and more traffic. And then I remember we were still doing it as a hobby. Somebody came to me, emailed me, and said, David, I see this website you're building. I like what you're doing. Could I pay you money to be listed at the top of your website? And I thought to myself, this is a great idea. I'm doing this as a hobby. Somebody wants to send me money. And I'm like, sure, here's my address. Send me some money. And that was the first of a long list of revenue-generating opportunities that we had. Well, the timing came to me. The idea was there. I knew there was going to be some way to generate revenue. I wasn't sure how it was going to turn into a business when we first started. And the first piece of the puzzle was advertising. So it became clear that we were going to start with an advertising model. We started doing paid advertising on the site, and we started continuing to build the traffic. And I really did two things that helped a lot. So I had two ideas that I saw other folks doing that I decided to model or copy that have really helped tremendously with the website. One of them was adding articles or more content. So early on when we created it, all we had on the site were website links. It was a mini Yahoo. And pretty much that was it for self-improvement. And then I had the idea that people would be interested in reading articles, so I started soliciting people for articles on the website. And we started posting articles, and we found that people love reading the articles. The next idea came to me was that people are coming to our website, and we have to sit and wait for them to come to our website. And who knew how quickly they'd come or when they'd come? We were relying on other vehicles. I said, wouldn't it be nice to build up my own list of subscribers that we can send the articles to instead of waiting for them to come to us? And that was the birth of our first email newsletter. And we started building up subscribers, and to our initial surprise, a lot of people started signing up, and then we became newsletter publishers. And we continued to run with that, and we're continuing to do both website advertisement and newsletter advertisement to this day. We're one of the first ones that had a successful email newsletter, and we're charging advertising, and things were clicking, and everything was growing, and it's continued to do so.
For more interviews on health, mind, body, and spirit, go to Michael Senoff's HardToFindSeminars.com. So what do you see as the best ways to get low-cost traffic? I mean, you guys were the pioneers in this, it sounds like.
There are a ton of ways to get traffic to your website, and it's also changed over the course of the years what the easiest way and what the most effective way is to do it. One of the ways we started was through the search engine. So using a technique called search engine optimization. Even to this day, a lot of people start looking for material by going to Google or to Yahoo or to Bing. You know, search engines are still a great place that people are looking for. So what we focused on learning how to do and becoming very good at is getting our website and our web pages listed at the top of the search engine. So right now, if anybody types in the two words self-improvement and countless other words, we come up on the top of Google and Yahoo and Bing. So there's a whole process, and search engine optimization is a great way to get listed and a great way to get traffic.
Hi, it's Michael Senoff with HardToFindSeminars.com. Thanks for watching this video. You know, many of my interviews last 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour, sometimes even up to 2.5 hours long. They're actual mini seminars, and you've just listened to a short sample of just one of over 117 hours of exciting, hard-hitting, mind-blowing interviews on how to make money in direct mail, advertising, copywriting. I assure you, there is not a resource anywhere on the internet or on the planet that comes close to the free information I provide at HardToFindSeminars.com. So go right now to HardToFindSeminars.com, and you'll have free access to 117 hours of audio interviews with typed word-for-word downloadable transcripts and downloadable MP3 files. Please browse some more of the videos or go right directly to HardToFindSeminars.com. Thanks for watching.